all my life, so I'm blessed today. Long Beach, California, record USA. Proud American, conservating down there. Living in justice for all good men. I'm running for a hard day's work. 7 days a week, 9 to 5. Put my hands in the dirt. I know I got to survive to keep my family right. Rain, snow, even 100 degrees. So, man, you gotta work hard to get your hustle on. Oh, man, you gotta be smart to get what you man. I'll see it ain't represent for no town, represent for no country. Show 'em how you get that. Man. Hard away. Last time I sat down, the Lord been a minute. Life won't commit it. I wanna be my own boss, 365. And no day awesome eyes on the prize. Taking no loss, hard work and dedication, man, it really pays off.
Great, great. Do we have the same problem that yesterday is in that thing?
Hey TikTok, we're getting started shortly. Hey everyone, so meet your callers, and today's webinar is all about getting you started in the trades. So if you're here, you might be just getting started in the trades. You might be in the trades just enough to have information to keep going, but you want a bigger picture. You want to know what the rest of your career is going to look like. You want to make sure that you're on the right path for you. So if you recognize me, that video is a quick little clip from one of our social videos. I've been doing social media for collars this summer. So we're going to get started. But if you have a minute and have these socials, please go ahead and follow us. And you can scan the QR code for all sorts of information. We're currently a part of a reality webinar series. And all that information is at the QR code. On the QR code as well, you'll find information for our giveaways that we're running. We just had our second winner go pick up their pair of boots the other day. So please follow us, follow along with our story. And I'm going to get you started with Blue Collar Beginnings with Sherry. Couple more things before we fully get started. Go ahead and find the Q&A button. If you have any questions throughout this live, please go ahead and ask them. We are here to help you. We are here to make sure that you have the best career you can have within blue collar. And then find the Slido. The QR code is on our screen as well. There will be some questions thrown up there throughout the webinar. And make sure you answer those. We want to see you engaged and interacting with us. Then finally, speaking of React, find the React button. If at any point we want to make sure that you're understanding things or we want to make sure that you're following along, we'll ask you to react with a certain emoji. So we want to make sure that you know what to do there. So let's get started, and I hope you enjoyed today's webinar.
Hi, everyone. Let me start by acknowledging all of you in the room right now and take a minute to recognize the kind of people that I can assume you are by the very fact that you're interested in the trades. You're clearly hardworking, motivated, mentally tough, honorable people. Because as you see, the trades are a very special group, and we've got a video to show you just how special in just a moment. By being here today, you already did something most people skip. You're in the middle of a real decision. maybe about your own future, your kids' future, your students' future. And instead of guessing your way through it, you showed up to get real information. That's exactly what we're here to do today. We want to be a resource in your trades career. We want to be a tool in your toolbox. And we want you to take all of your resources, combine them with your instinct that made you register for this webinar. Because that instinct is what separates people who thrive in this industry. Pay attention to that about yourself. You're resourceful and you already have an advantage over the competition. I suppose you'd like to know how I know that. Well, I'm Sherry Malfisi, co-founder of Collars Incorporated, the digital platform that provides visibility, access, and value to trades. In addition to Collars, I've been a trades employer for 15 years. And prior to that, while not in the field, I came from a background of residential new construction. I've sat on the other side of the hiring table, trying to find good people and watch good people struggle to find me. I've watched talented tradespeople get overlooked because no one built them a fair way to show what they could do. With me today, I have my business partner and spouse, legacy tradesman Rocco Malfis, and we'll talk to him in just a few minutes. But for now, I'm going to see if we can play a video for you, and then we'll dive right in. Frankie, do we have the video
Yep.
queued up? All right, great.
America wasn't handed to us finished. It was built, beam by beam, brick by brick, by people who showed up before the sun did. Every road you drive, every bridge you cross, every wall that keeps your family warm at night, someone built that with their hands. And we don't forget how that work began. Much of this country's foundation was laid by people who were never free, never paid, never even named. That's part of our history too. We carry it, not by looking away, but by honoring the labor that was stolen and the labor that was given. That's the job we inherited. To keep building, to do it right, to take pride in work that outlasts us. So to every tradesperson out there, the framers, the welders, the electricians, the operators, the ones with dirt on their hands and a country on their shoulders, America's still being built, and it's being built by you.
Thanks. So the opportunity is enormous. For every 5 retiring tradespeople, only 2 sets of boots are being filled. But it isn't because people aren't interested in getting into the trades. It's because hiring platforms are built for office jobs. The access for all of you to fill those boots has been hidden and locked behind a door to an elite club, or so it seems. It has felt that unless you had a direct connection in, you were kept on the outside. The result? Our country and our trades employers are desperate to find you all. Every day, we're alerted to thousands of more openings across a variety of specialties. So make no mistake about it, the opportunity to build a career in the trades exists, and what we want to do is help you all connect to all of those opportunities, as well as have a place that you can document your skills and growth journey throughout your trades career. All right, so you decided you wanted to get into the trades, and you're certain the opportunity exists, but what can you really do with a career in the trades? Next slide. When most people think of the trades, some top sectors come to mind. I know you're all on mute, but you can probably recite them with me. Electric, plumbing, HVAC, those absolutely exist. But one thing I want you to walk out of here today understanding is that the trades are vast with some really interesting specializations. Do we have any history buffs in the room? You might love architectural restoration. Any gearheads in the room who love working on their cars? Don't ignore the mechanics needed for other equipment besides cars, such as avionics, or one of my favorite niche trades to mention, underwater welders. Let's take a moment here to address that whether you're 22 or 52, there are opportunities for anyone looking to get started in the trades. As is true with anything in life, You do not need to know exactly what kind of trade specialty you want to get into just to get started. Knowing or not knowing may help you determine which specialty is right for you. So I do encourage you to recognize and look for clues in your life that might steer you in a specific direction. Let me help you walk through that. So for example, did you take a shop class in high school and actually really like it? That counts. Did you jump in to help a family member or perhaps your local church fix something? And you were the one who wanted to understand why the item broke or why it worked in the first place, not just solve the task. That counts too. These are all clues. This is all data. You're already doing the work before anybody called it a job. And here's the other side of that same coin, and this matters just as much. Did you by chance hang some exterior holiday lights last year and feel a little sick to your stomach the whole time you were up on the ladder? That's useful information because maybe roofing is not your path. That's not failure. That's narrowing in on what actually fits for you. So you want to be in the trades. We recognize the huge opportunity and we're expanding our knowledge about different careers in the trades. You do a little reflection, what we might like, what we might be good at. So what's next?
Apple goes is a bit. Apple goes is a. Apple goes is a bit.
What we're really going to do now is break down the different paths to the trades. Some of you on this call are already headed down one path or another, which is great. These aren't in any specific order. They're just 4 different approaches. So let's walk through each one and then we'll hear from Rocco on how he chose his. So first up, let's talk about the direct hire path. This is the just show up and let us teach you door. Typically, no experience is required, no certificate is needed. Someone hires you and you learn on the job, in real time, on a job site. It's the most immediate way in, and for a lot of people, it's the right one. But what it does take is a work ethic and a willingness to be new at something. Second path is education. This path, most people don't really attribute to the trades because the biggest myth in this industry is that the trades means no school, which is absolutely not true. There are certificate programs, pre-apprenticeship programs, associate degrees, even bachelor degrees that lead straight into trades careers. This isn't a backup plan for people who skipped college. It's a structured route that lets you walk onto a job site with credentials already in hand. I know several viewers today have taken steps in this direction with some really amazing pre-apprenticeship programs, and that'll help them find their first position because they'll be walking in with several credentials in hand, such as their OSHA 10, forklift certification, CPR safety, and in some of these apprenticeship program instances, they'll have even more certifications than that walking out of class. A third path we'll call the test drive. Think of this like taking a car for a drive before you buy it. It's paid, it's hands-on, it's real-world exposure to the work, but without the formal commitment of an apprenticeship. You get in the seats, you see how it feels, and you've got someone experienced right there with you the whole time. Typically, you're getting paid to just try the career path out, and this isn't going to be available at all companies. Certain companies have a real knack and passion for engaging the next generation of trades. This can also be compared to like a paid internship. That's what I would call the test drive path. And fourth, let's talk about a true apprenticeship. This is the most formal path. The one that this word actually belongs to. That's important. The word apprenticeship can get thrown around a lot, but a real apprenticeship has real structure, real progression, real credentialing at the end of it. It's a traditional route. It's great for people who want a clear ladder to climb with planned milestones along the way. Then apprenticeship program is a great path. They're typically associated with unions, but registered apprenticeship programs can exist at both union and non-union companies. They are commonly they're found more commonly through unions. In fact, a couple weeks ago, we actually had a post and we're sharing through Collars. There was an opportunity to get into the electrical union in Chicago through an apprenticeship program. And at Collars, we're always here to share resources like that to our users. So again, these are 4 different pathways that can set you up for a true career, reliable income, benefits, and more. There is one path in the trades that we want to call out as a cautionary tale. It's not to say there aren't instances in which this might be a chosen path, but we do want to address the path of gig work. Gig work means you're typically not a W-2 employee. You're treated as an independent contractor. Some people will reference it officially as it gets paid as a 1099 worker. These roles typically come with no set schedule, no set employer, and you kind of pick up jobs as they come. It can feel like fast, easy money when you're starting out. But here's what a lot of tradespeople don't realize until it's too late. When you're performing work as an independent contractor, the liability is on you. If something gets damaged on a job, that's your problem. If you get hurt on the job, that's your problem too, and you have no employer coverage backing you up. Nobody's withholding taxes for you. The paycheck can look bigger, but you're on the hook to be setting money aside yourself so that you can pay the IRS at the end of the year what you owe. So here's a simple test. If someone is telling you when to show up, how to do the work, what to wear, such as a uniform, that's not independent contractor work. That's an employee relationship, whether it's labeled that way or not. And knowing those differences can really protect you. We are not here to tell you that gig work is bad. It can be a great way to pick up some supplemental income here and there, but you're at the start of your career, and we want you walking in with eyes wide open. We don't want you finding out the hard way. We want you building towards something real. And that's exactly why Collars exists. We built the platform to connect you with real employers offering real positions. We want you to know upfront what you're getting. Pay, benefits, stability, no guesswork about whether you're actually an employee or just a name on someone's call list. You deserve to build a career and not just string jobs together. So back to some of the great career paths in the trades. One of the most commonly asked questions I get asked about is union versus non-union. So let's just talk about both really quick here. So the union route typically means a structured apprenticeship program, standardized training, a set wage schedule that increases in predictable time, benefits, pension, health care that are negotiated and consistent across the trade. With a union, you've got a built-in support system and a very clear ladder. Everyone knows what a 3-year looks like versus year 1. What you might give up is some flexibility. You're often tied to the union's placement process, and there can be some wait times getting in depending on your local and the specific trade specialty. Non-union route typically means more flexibility. Often you're negotiating your own pay. You can move between employers more freely. You can get started faster since there's no wait list to join. And a lot of non-union shops do offer their own training and advancement program. It just varies company to company instead of being standardized. That's what you're giving up on the non-union side, is that standardization. Your pay, benefits, and training all depend on who you end up working for. So it takes a little bit more homework on your end to find a good employer. One more thing worth knowing. This whole conversation about union, non-union looks very different depending on where you live. Some parts of the country are heavily union and some parts barely have a union presence at all. So the mix you see in your area might not match what your cousin 2 states over is dealing with, and that's totally normal. Both routes lead to real careers, and honestly, a lot of people move between the two over the course of their career, depending on where they live, what trade they're in, and what stage of life they're at. The point isn't to pick a side today. It's just to know the trade-offs. So when the choice comes up, you're making it with your eyes open. All right, so now let's bring up Rocco so he can share how as a tradesman he navigated these opportunities, a little bit about his background and story. So without further ado, please welcome Rocco Malfis, founder of Collars Inc.
Thank you, Sharon. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us today, and I hope you're picking up some great info and will help you on your path to the trades. We're talking about choosing your path to the trades, but honestly, I feel like my path was chosen for me. If I had the chance to attend something like this when I was young, I might have realized just how many options were actually out there for me. But I'll tell you what, it all worked out in the end. And now my goal is to make sure that the path is easier for all of you. The trades run 4 generations deep in my family across all sectors: manufacturing, agriculture, transportation, and construction. My dad, Carmine, built both union company and non-union companies, so I grew up knowing both worlds firsthand. And when I say my path was chosen for me, I mean that literally. I was handed a broom and dustpan at a very young age, probably too young. Flooring became my specialty, and I spent years traveling the country with my dad's crew, starting as laborer and working my way up to journeyman. Everything I learned came from the job, on-the-job training. No school, no apprenticeship program, nothing like what you have available to you today with all these schools. And that's something I want you to appreciate, because those programs cut your learning time in half. I learned by trial and error. You don't have to. I ended up getting additional education and eventually left my dad's company to build my own. The trades and education aren't an either or. The skills I built with my hands got me into the door. The business knowledge helped me build something bigger than myself. So Sherry and I built Crown Coverings. We turned that into a 2-time Inc. 5000 construction company. And then I still felt like we were living a problem of the trades, access, recognition, and that's why Collars was made. Before we bring up Patty to talk more about Collars, Sherry, how can I provide additional value to our viewers today?
Sure, Rock. So we've touched on some of this. We just thought it would be fun to run through a quick true and false. So, all right, so here we go. True or false? Trades are just for people who can't get into college.
Totally false. It is a choice, and some of the smartest men and women I know are in the trades.
All right. True or false? I can make a lot of money in the trades.
True. I know plenty of people who make over 6 figures just by being in the trades.
But also true, you rarely make that day one. So,
That is all.
all right. True or false? You don't need math or problem solving skills in the trades.
False. My favorite thing about the trades is problem solving. Everything is a puzzle, and everything's always coming up with a solution, and it makes the day go by way faster when you actually know that every day is a little different, trying to solve everybody else's problems.
And you do need math.
And 100% need math. We don't need dumb tradespeople, because a building from a fraction could be off, and now you have a Leaning Tower of Pisa.
All right, true or false? Automation, oh, this is an important one. True or false? Automation will eliminate all skilled trades jobs.
False. Automation and it advances the technology are always happening. There will always be change to our industry, and in the coming years, there'll be a human element to the trades that will actually make your life in the trades longer. By let's see, augmented reality would be, you're talking about suits that are coming out. Just stay in touch with the technology, or stay on Collars, and we'll tell you what technology will be out there.
But on the trade side, the point is that there is hugely a human element needed regardless of the technology advancements. So, all right, true or false? Certifications and licenses can increase earning potential in many trades.
True. That's why the documentation of all these things is just a big part of your college portfolio. And with that in mind, let's bring up Patty.
Yeah, Patty's going to show you exactly how collars can be a resource for you. So let's bring up Patty.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Rocco and Sherry, for sharing more about collars and the trades and the different paths forward. So now let's talk about how to help you take the next step. And before we get into building a profile on collars, I want to talk through what we're going to do today. So there's a couple of things that we're going to do today, and what we're not going to do today. So what we are going to do is we're going to talk about why it's important to have a complete profile on collars, why building a collars profile, how we can build a collars profile from scratch with key takeaways to build yours quickly and successfully. And we'll show you a sample completed profile as well. What we're not going to do, we are not going to apply to jobs for you. That's up to you. We are not going to tell you what trades you should be interested in. There's many out there, and that is up for you to decide. We can't guarantee you a job, but we will make sure you show up ready to be considered. Okay? Employers are just simply not going to contact candidates without a complete worker profile. So that's super important. So you've signed up for collars. You're ready to work. You've thought about what trades might you be interested in. Now what? Why does it matter if you have a complete profile? Don't employers just need your contact information? So I wanted to share, I've been in human resources for over 25 years. I've read countless resumes and interviewed more candidates than anyone should legally be allowed to. I am about to tell you something employers usually keep to themselves. If you don't have a profile or a resume or portfolio, there's not going to be a phone call. There's not going to be a message. That's it. That's all that there is to say. But I'm here to show you how you can break through that. So stick around how you can complete a profile very quickly on collars. So we're going to go through that today. We have a JJ Ryan, who we're going to build a profile for today and show you step by step how we can do that in less than 10 minutes. In fact, this took about 5 minutes for us to build today. So starting from the beginning, you sign in with your email or Google or Apple, putting in your email address, and you'll select a password. You'll want to save that anywhere. And what you'll want to do is this is going to take you to putting in some personal information, your name. Again, we talked about the password. All this is very important as far as setting up your initial account. And once this is complete, it's going to take you to Carm, our AI assistant, to walk you through very easily, many of the steps of job preferences and trades and so forth. You can select here to text when employer messages you, and we'll get back to that in a second. So here's Carm, our AI assistant. It's going to ask where your zip code is, so it gets an idea of where you want to work. Asks about adding a profile picture, which you can take a selfie or you can upload a picture. And this is really important to show employers that you're a real person and not a bot. So one of the things that's really important, you pause for a quick second. One thing that's really important about profile pictures is if you are taking a selfie or you're going to be uploading a picture, to make sure that you have a neutral background and good lighting and smile. It shows that you want to be there. If you got personal protective equipment, that's always a thumbs up. Great to include that you know what that is. Don't wear items that cover your face or put your phone in front of your face. That really hinders having a profile picture there. So face mask, sunglasses, hoodie, uploading a glamour shot, not necessarily ideal, or be too far away from the camera. We want to see who you are. Employers want to see who you are. So let's just dive a little bit deeper as we follow through Carm. There are sections for setting up your language. We're just going to go back through the video for a real quick second to get back to Carm. So it asks what languages you speak. I'm going to wait for it to catch up just for a second here. So there's a lot of sections here that just walks through very easy prompts. And this is why we built the Carm AI assistant, for it to be really easy for you to complete these steps as you build your profile. There are some sections that will take a little bit of thought, but a lot of it is mostly yes and no answers as far as area you want to work in, education, and so forth. And we'll show you that in just a second. So contact information, as we mentioned, really important. I highly encourage you to select text me when employers message you, so you do get real-time information on that. Okay, so back to zip code and the profile picture. We're uploading a picture of JJ here on a forklift, which is really great to showcase that he does have some experience. And he speaks English, has his high school diploma, and picking his preferred trade. So then it's taking us to creating an about section. This is really non-negotiable. The about section is a great place to share if you are a military veteran, if you have any work experience in or outside the trades. It's equally important why you're interested in the trades, any special skills, why an employer should consider hiring you. So for JJ to share, I know we're kind of getting back into some things here. JJ is a recent high school grad and he's an Eagle Scout. He likes to keep active. He's eager to learn more about the trades. He likes to build things. He has experience with hand and power tools. He has general labor and warehouse experience. So those are all the things that we're putting together into this basic profile. And that about me bio is really important and something the employers do see. And we're going to get a chance to see badges as well for trades that have been selected and various parts of the profile that have been completed. Okay. So what we're doing now is adding work history. And there's a badge that comes from adding work history. And this can be work trade related or not trade related. Education and training. This is regarding vocational or trades programs. It could even be within an employer yourself if you've gotten forklift training on the job with an employer. In this case, he has completed some forklift training, and this was a vocational program, more of a construction labor program. So we're entering that in for him. There is a section also that will allow to put in credentials, which we'll get into in a second. You can put in dates if there are any expirations to the credentials. And again, we'll show that to you in a moment. So there are other trainings that can be listed here, OSHA 10, OSHA 30, CPR, NCCER, core trainings that can be included here. He has CPR as an additional credential that we'll get to in a second here. So we're adding the credentials here. And these are all pretty easy fields to work through on your phone. If there is an expiration date, you can indicate that and we can notify you when you're getting close to expiration, which is great. You can see that there's a really long list of credentials to choose from. So I suggest looking through that to see if there are any there that are listed and applicable to you. So as far as some of your general preferences, you do want to make sure that if you're looking for work, it is toggled to on. That's super important. Right here, we're adding a video, which is an About Me video for JJ. Kind of supplements what the About Me bio section is. Talks a little bit about what he likes to do and that he's interested in learning more about the trades, and he has some general labor and warehouse experience. And that can be uploaded with other pictures of work that he's done. And if you don't have a portfolio, that's okay. Maybe you've done some work around the house, helped paint a room, or you've helped at your local church or park district, or a neighbor. Everyone's got a project. So if you haven't done that, I'm sure you could find one where you could have someone take pictures of some of that work and show that you know how to use tools and so forth. So if you're interested in woodworking, you can grab a hammer and nails and make something, or even take a picture or upload a picture of a project that you made at school. So don't overthink it. This is a way of showing your personality and some of the work and things that you're interested in doing, especially if you like working with your hands. So that would be really great to include here. And this will build over time, so you can add to your portfolio over time. So we did show how you can add the About You video. This is taking you back to your homepage and showing that there are job spotlights that are listed here. You can edit portions of your profile at any time. You can see any jobs that you have saved. You can also search jobs along the bottom end. There's a job section that allows you to search jobs. And you'll be able to see jobs that are posted if you search on a particular trade or area. And for now, we could. Oh, a Habitat for Humanity is another option, actually, as far as volunteer work that maybe you've done and something that could be added here, helping to build houses and helping to put up walls. So we're going to take a really quick break and do a poll question on Slido. So on a scale of 1 to 5, now that you've had a chance to see what it's like to build a profile, how easy did that look for you? We're gonna let that poll load and give a few minutes for people to respond to that.
In case you missed the Slido QR code, it's up on the screen right now for you.
Give that just a second for people to respond. I'm hoping everyone is saying it looks super easy.
Okay, it's looking like the results are in,
Okay.
and it is 5s across the board.
Excellent, excellent. So again, it took us 4.5 minutes to complete JJ's profile. We expect that for most people, it shouldn't take more than 8 to 10 minutes, even with some of those sections that require a little bit more thought as far as your about me or uploading pictures or finding the pictures you want to. And you can add to this as time goes on. So what we're going to show you now is a complete sample profile, and this is of me. So fair warning, I'm exploring the trades just like JJ, so please don't roast me here, but we're going to go through what this looks like. This is my home screen, similar to what it looked like for JJ. You can see the job spotlight, and we're going to go into my actual profile. In the bottom right-hand corner, you can see I have 1 year experience. And I've got 3 posted pictures and videos, a couple of pictures of cabinet making that I've done as a part of a trades program, and my video.
Hi, I'm Patty, and I am looking for a carpentry position. I just finished a trade program with Marco Trade School, and I learned how to build cabinets, and I did lots of other woodworking, like wood finishing and wood trim, and I even built this deck. I've done some non-trades work, so I've worked for Collars as a success manager, but I've also done general labor for ABC Construction. So I like working with my hands. I really like building things, and I'm super comfortable with hand and power tools. And I hope that I can get a carpentry job with your company. Thank you. Hi.
Similar to JJ, just talking a little stuff doesn't need to. We've got the personal information with that crucial contact information and the overall edit profile section, making sure that looking for work is toggled on. And these are all of the job preferences. So work schedule, availability, and on call. And we're just going to kind of show through the screens all the areas that are complete. Location where I'm willing to travel, a search radius. There's a slider that allows you to choose up or down how many miles from home you're willing to travel. If you're willing to consider relocation or travel for the job, travel typically meaning out of state as opposed to driving around throughout the day. What's your minimum hourly pay that you're willing to accept? So again, a slider that you can choose what works for you. What benefits matter for you? Health insurance, paid time off, overtime, tools included, anything along those lines. Physical requirements, if you're able to lift 50 pounds or more. If you're currently a member of a union or looking for a union apprenticeship or union-sponsored apprenticeship. Background checks, most companies do run a background check, and whether you're open to that or fair chance employers that consider criminal backgrounds. And then regarding work authorization, this is an option for you to complete as well. So that completes all of those sections. We do have a trades and experience section. This is really important. So CARM helps you build out your 1 trade, but you can choose up to 3 core trades, and each can have up to 10 specialties. There's a very long list. You can search specialties. You can scroll down because you can choose up to 10 here. I have 4 listed under carpentry, and that can be changed at any time as well. The more that you do select there, the more you may match with open jobs. The work history section is important also, as far as any work history, trade or non-trade related. And any trades and experience, the credentials we talked about earlier with JJ's profile. Here we've got OSHA 10 and the CPR. Languages that are spoken, I speak English and Polish, so I have that listed here. And there is a badges section too, which we alluded to with JJ's profile, that you get achievement badges upon completing different aspects of your profile. So you'll be able to see that at any time. So having that full and complete profile, really important. There is a tips and resources section here for interviewing and speaking with employers. we're seeing here that I don't have any matches yet, but I can do a search on carpentry. And actually, if I type in CAR and any jobs that start with those letters pops up. So flooring as well as carpentry positions that I can choose to apply for. So this is just a sample of some of the jobs that are available, not all of the jobs that are on here that you can do searches for. And there is a messages section as well that shows messaging. Once you've applied for a job and an employer is reviewing your application, they can reach out to you to ask any questions or set up a phone interview, and you'll get those messages real time if you have chosen to receive text messages. So that's a full completed sample profile. So we're going to do another quick webinar poll. We'd like to know how likely you are to complete your profile this week if you do not already have a complete profile on Collars. So we're going to use the React feature today, right now. If you can give us a thumbs up or thumbs down on how likely you are to complete. And I don't know if we mentioned this earlier, but we do have a giveaway for work boots through JMD Stocks Outlet. So we are going to be doing a drawing for that after August 16th. So hopefully that'll entice you to complete your profile and get onto Collars and see what we are all about so we can get you to work. Great. So I think things are looking pretty good. Bottom line here is complete your profile, get in that giveaway, let employers see what you can do, start applying to jobs, start seeing what's out there, and let's get you to work. That is where we want to see things. Was there anything else that we needed to cover after this? Okay, yes, I thought so. We do have one additional sample profile we wanted to show you so you can see what it looks like from an employer view. So Dom here might look familiar to you. We have Dominic Toretto, who has a complete profile. You might recognize him. He's been living off the grid. He's ready for a stable career path. He doesn't have any formal training, but he has lots of on-the-job training as an auto repair guy. In his off hours, he actually likes to drive cars really fast. So he has his profile picture here. He has work photos of the work that he's done. He has a bio here as far as what he is looking for. And I mean, looking at that, he piqued my curiosity. I want to learn a lot more about auto repair, and I don't even have an auto garage. So he does not have any credentials listed because, as we mentioned, he's learned everything on the job, and that's okay. There's not one same path for every individual. He has the trades that he's listed and the amount of experience, his core trade at the top and additional on the right-hand side. He has his work history listed and job preferences. All of this that you've completed or that he completed in Collars is now viewable and is accessible to our employers. So we're going to open the floor for any questions. I'd like to bring Rocco back actually for a second in case we have any questions that come back that he can answer that I cannot. So as we're pulling up any Q&A from our moderators, we're going to just remind you on contact information. Do follow us on socials. We have all of our socials available, and you can scan to get into Collars. My name again is Patty Romanovich. I'm the success manager. My contact information is here, so you can take a snap of this slide if you'd like. Don't forget to fill out your profile so you can get into the JMD Stocks Outlet boot giveaway. We'll be doing that drawing after August 16th. Frankie, do we have any questions?
Yes, so people want to know what boots are in this week's giveaway, and I'll pull the poster back up for a reminder for them.
What did we give away the first two? It was Carolina boots
And Wolverine.
Wolverine.
Right.
And so every week, they're giving away different sets of boots from different manufacturers. And this week is
Carhartt.
Carhartt.
Yes.
Okay.
So our
Cool.
third giveaway, and we have more coming as well. And this is one of our winners, or this is our fourth.
We have 4 more.
We have
we have
four
four
more. I'm
more.
sorry. Okay, this is our third one, and we have 4 more. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
definitely go to their outlet. It is really cool. I went over there for the first time a couple weeks ago. Oh my gosh. They have so many selections of Carhartt and
Yeah,
different PPE gear, and just definitely check them out.
absolutely. And this is a picture on the slide of one of our last winners, who we did meet out at the Stocks Outlet so he could pick out his boots. So definitely, take advantage of that. Who doesn't need a new pair of work boots, right?
Our next question that we got is, what's so important about having photos and videos on my profile?
I think you should take that
Oh,
one.
thank you. So you need to always be visible, and the only way to be visible, without just a resume is to use your pictures and videos, to show yourself, show your work, show who you are and what you know how to do, because in the trades, it's show me what you can do, not tell me, I'm trying to,
want that
write it,
proof.
or, right, exactly.
You want that proof, exactly. That, and, you know, we all have a zillion pictures on our cell phones, and when you're looking for that project that you're really proud of, you don't want to be scrolling through all of your pictures years ago, through all the family pictures to try to find it. This is a way to have all of those work-related pictures housed in one location, kind of as your digital portfolio that you can add to over time. So that's why I would say it's super important, wouldn't you?
Definitely.
If I have any future questions, what is the best way of getting into contact with someone?
Definitely talk to Patty.
That would be me, absolutely. So my whole job is to work with workers as well as employers. So I'm engaging with folks on both sides, and I want to make sure that everyone has the best experience possible. Feedback's really important as well, but workers, if you're having trouble getting onto the platform or stuck somewhere or you have questions, reach out to me. I can actually message you through the web or through the mobile app. I can be emailed, I can be called. So those are the best ways to reach me, and employers as well. I usually have a really good pulse on where things are at with employers and what jobs we currently have available. So, you know, definitely reach out to me and ask any questions you have and provide any feedback that might be helpful for us to do as we build this together.
And again, just always get onto the Collars app and see what resources we have, because we are always innovating. We are always trying to make sure that you guys have the most up-to-date information about the trades and what is out there for you. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, without further ado, we are ready to close it on out.
All right. Well, thanks again, everyone, for joining us. We really hope that this has helped you in your blue collar beginnings. It's important to us that you get started on the right path. As Patty, Rocco, Frankie, our whole team here at Collars has said, we're here for you. The trades industries is important to us, and we want to make sure that we have a platform that's built for tradespeople by real tradespeople. So best of luck to all of you. We look forward to working with you directly, and have a great rest of your day. Now let's get to work.